This is the second time I'm doing it. Let me just get right on to it. Hello, I am KP Carter, the Literacy Whisperer, and I'm here to share some important information with you about how to help your child become a Rockstar reader. What can you do at home? What can you do to support them, to put them on the path to success? So, I'm KP Carter, the Literacy Whisperer. Welcome to the free Rockstar Reader Training, Launching Lifelong Learners, Part 3. Yes. How's your day been? It's storming here where I am, so I'm inside, been inside all day. Have you checked in with your child yet? You know, to take their pulse and find out how they're feeling about the day that they had. What kind of a day was it for them at school? You know, like ask them questions like, what was your favorite thing about the day? Or what frustrated you about the day? Or tell me about something new that you learned today. Those are the kind of questions that will allow your child to just give you an answer that's more than just one word answer. You know, instead of just saying, fine, no, I don't know. You know, when you get deep, ask them those deep questions. That gives them a chance to talk because we know they love to talk. Okay. So I hope that you have found value in this training so far. This is part 3, as I said. And if this has been of value to you and you're watching live, drop me a comment now. Let me know. Put up some hearts, something. I want to know, I want to make sure that I'm adding value to you, that this is helpful. Okay? And if you're watching the replay, if you're watching the recording, that's fine. Let me know. Has this been helpful? And if it hasn't been helpful, tell me. What else would you like to know? What else would you like to know about literacy? You know, I've been in education for over 35 years. I was a school administrator, district-wide administrator. I was the director for language arts and testing. I started in the classroom many years, decades ago. So I have your child's best interest at heart. That's why I do this. I love children. And I know that parents are the key, okay? Because you're their first teacher. So I want to do my best to help you to help them, okay? So now, let's just see. And I want to make sure you stick with me till the end because I have a special offer for you, okay? So now, let's just take a quick review. We started a couple of weeks ago with part 1 of the Rockstar Reader Training, which is free, Launching Lifelong Learners. And part 1 was R, relate to your child. Develop a relationship with your child using books. Go back and watch that video as many times as you need to get all of the good stuff that you need to help you. Put in your toolbox, things that you can do right now. And part 2 was E, example. Lead by example. Be your child's reading role model. If they see you reading, if they see you enjoying the process, guess what? That speaks volumes. That's so much more important than you just saying, go sit down and read, go sit down somewhere and read a book. When they see you read, when you set that example, you're the reading role model and you're showing them that reading is important. Okay, so now, what is today's lesson? What's today's training? It's A. See where we're going here? A, attention. Pay attention when your child reads. That is so important. When is the last time, think about it, when is the last time that you sat down and actually paid attention and listened to your child read? When is the last time? Okay, well, maybe it's been a while. That's okay. You can do that tonight. You can pay attention to your child tonight. That gives you a chance to find out what are your child's strengths and challenges. Notice I said challenges, not weaknesses. You know, weaknesses has such a negative connotation. So I always say, what are your child's challenges? So when you're listening, you want to find out, are they skipping words? Are they reading in a monotone expression with no feeling and it's just dry and ugh? Are they reading so fast that they're rushing past all the punctuation marks? Sometimes children do that. Or maybe this, are they spending so much time struggling to pronounce the words that they're unable to comprehend what they're reading? They have no idea what they read, what they are reading. Excuse me. Let me take a little quick. Here's another thing that you're listening for. Is your child persisting and pushing through to pronounce the words? Are they using their skills and their knowledge of the letter sounds to blend those letters together to make the new words? Are they persistent? Or are they just saying, well, I don't know it? Okay, so if your child is doing any of those things, here are a few tips for you to keep in mind to make the process smoother. First, take a deep breath. Breathe. Take a deep breath and calm down. When you're calm, that communicates to your child that they need to be calm. They can be calm. They can relax and read. They know that you're not going to judge them, laugh at them. That's the first thing. All right, so here's another thing that you want to do. You want to listen without distraction. When you're actually geared in and focused in on what your child is reading, how they sound, that boosts their confidence. That lets them know that you believe in them, that you know that what they're doing is important, that you care. I know that many of us try to multitask and do a lot of different things at the same time, but believe me, when you're listening to your child read, when you are paying attention, it's very important for you to do it without any distractions. Here's another thing. You want to check to see if they're skipping over words or if they're making up words when they come to a new word. That's real important. That lets you know that there are some gaps there that need to be shored up. Are they skipping the words? And here's another one. Be careful not to stop them every single time they mispronounce a word or they say a word like the instead of a, instead of You know, if they say something like the car went down the road and it really says a car went down the road, don't be picky like that, because that makes them frustrated and it just messes up what it is that you're trying to do. You're trying to put them at ease. You're listening. Here's another thing. When they're skipping too many words, that could mean that the book is too hard. Okay? I have a video training on that. You can look that up on what to do to find out if a book is too hard. And when you're listening and paying attention to what they read, when they finish, ask open-ended questions. Questions that are going to require them to give you a sentence or two to answer. You know, questions that you don't want to ask just questions like, what color was Mary's dress? They can just point and say, oh, blue. You want to ask open-ended questions like, why did Mary pick that dress? That's getting them to think about what they're reading. We want them to be active readers while they are going through the process. Not just going through the words, skipping over, just to get finished. Okay? And of course, you know, at the bottom line of all of this, being a reading role model for your child helps them to hear, listen, it gets them to hear what good reading sounds like. So that's A, pay attention. Pay attention when your child is reading. Now, I'm looking, I don't see any questions yet, but I did let folks know that, let me just go through. No, I don't see any questions, but I did let my, all of you know that you can send me questions, okay? And if we have time, and I have time for a few of them, I will answer your question right here on the live. Okay, so here's a question that I received, and I'm just going to read it to you just like I found it. How can I help my child understand what they read? We know that understanding, comprehension is key. Okay, it's not enough just to blow through the words and just pronounce them with having no idea what you're reading about. Reading is actively figuring out, understanding what you read. You're making meaning of what you read. So, first thing, start at a very basic level. Ask them literal questions. What do I mean by that? You ask them the who, what, where, when, why, and how questions. Okay? Those, when they give you answers to those questions, they can look right in the passage and find the answer. Okay? Do that, but then you want to go a little bit deeper. Okay? Go deeper and ask them to draw conclusions, make inferences, think about what they're reading. Okay? They see, it's not enough just to say, like I said before, what color is Johnny's shirt? You want to get them to think about what's happening in the story that made Johnny choose that shirt. That's going deeper. That's making inferences. That's drawing conclusions based on what's going on in the rest of the story. We call it, sometimes we refer to it as context clues. All right, here's another question. Got time for one more. What can I do to support my child's love of reading for a lifetime? You know, a lot of times children get the idea, and sometimes it's our fault, the adults. We want them to just read and answer the questions. No, it's more than that. We are launching lifelong learners, okay? So that means we want them to be able to see that reading is important throughout life. So you might want to switch things up, change genres. If they are into only want to read mysteries, switch it up sometimes and give them a fiction book. Switch it up sometimes and let them read a nonfiction book. Or, here's a good one, show them how reading applies to everything they do in life. When I go to schools to visit high school students, I always take a driver's manual and I show them, you have to be able to read this driver's manual if you want to get on the road one day. You have to read it and understand it. That's showing the practical application of reading. How does reading apply to my everyday life? Another thing, point out when they go to travel, they need to be able to read the signs in the airport, read the signs at the bus terminal, read the signs at the train station. Reading is practical for life forever. Those are just some things. I hope that answers some of your question about how to support your child's love of reading and get them to see that reading is important throughout life. So listen, thanks for sticking with me till the end of today's training. After part 4, this is part 3. After part 4, I have a special gift that you're going to get. And you're going to love it. You are going to love it. So if you don't have any more questions, I'm looking through. Are there any questions on Instagram? No, I don't see any. Any questions on Facebook? No, I don't see any. Well, I hope this has been of value to you. Please drop some comments to let me know. Send your questions to me. I would love to answer them right here on the live. And if I don't have time, I will send you an answer. Because the goal is to get these children to be rock star readers. They are world changers. They are going to be fantastic at whatever it is that they do. But we have to make sure that they have the skills to be able to accomplish their dreams. Because our children have big dreams. And I'm sure you have big dreams for your child. So, that's it for today. And until next time, I wish you love, laughter, and literacy.